Alright, this is a Naval Alliance video sent in by PSlacks, a member of the Naval Alliance, a group of smaller YouTube content creators, mostly World of Warships. And he's asked or offered this one up for a review a while ago. Looks like a tier 5 match, 4s and 5s, no 6s, 2 CVs per side, and he is on the German T-22 destroyer. So let's see how this plays out. Gotta love that fantail. He's turned off his AAA for now to minimize his detection by enemy aircraft. Don't want your over-eager gunners giving away your position. He's running all premium consumables, repair party smoke, and engine boost. All right. Some good friendly chat so far between the two teams. 18 seconds for his torpedoes to come up. I can't remember if this was a part of one of his Twitch streams or not. I believe it may have been. I believe I may have even watched it, but let's see what happens. It's been a while, so it's fresh to me. Alright, rightfully, he is getting set up to scout. Looking at his force composition behind him, a little out on his own, and doubling back, which is interesting. He's waiting for that cruiser to come up, perhaps. Oh, there's smoke, and yep, he's looking at it. Oh, what do we got there? Enemy kamikaze. He must have fired. And an isokaze. Rounds out on the kamikaze, who's gone gun silent. Blind fire with HE. One enemy ship, possibly the Kirov, looking at him. There's the isokaze. He's throwing rounds on the isokaze now. I think you need to lead a little more, perhaps, but German arcs are kind of American-ish, not quite as poor as the American arcs. Ooh, a kamikaze. He's opened up and has revealed himself. Slack is detected due to the gun bloom, but no longer. Enemy has pushed very strong on this flank. On the opposite flank, Muyogi and Phoenix and Iron Duke are pushing the enemy cap. Slack is now opening up on the isokaze. And gets his first hit of the game. And now has got the range. Oh, isokaze slowed down. Possibly lost his engines. I'm going to take over the camera just because the stutter is a little too much. And doing the scroll wheel that Darkwing hates. Rounds out. Does he get him? Oh. Slack was done robbed. Let's back out. Enemy torpedo bombers, 15 clicks off from the Hermes. Ooh, taking rounds. Obviously has the engine skill for the captain. He didn't seem to be losing speed, but he is repaired because you always, you know, it's nice to have your engines at full as opposed to half. Enemy Cesare, Kaiser, and Kirov, and there was another ship out there. Uh-oh. Oh. Teams are even on points and ships. 1 destroyer each down. Enemy Kirov. It's not doing well. Let Slack's camera work take over. See what he's looking at. He is popping smoke, but has not popped his engine boost. Oh, Kirov goes down. He has now fired and revealed himself, smoking his battleship, harkening back to the older days of the game. Battleship's firing, which negates the benefit of that smoke. Fire coming in off of the 8 o'clock, must have been the Kaiser perhaps, lining up on the Giulio Cesare, a very, very nimble ship, which they talked about nerfing by moving it up a tier, and ultimately decided they weren't going to do that. About the only ship that will give me pause for thought if I'm in my kamikaze. The Cesare is deceptively maneuverable. Slack's torps going out, but I think they're going to run out of steam and go well behind the Caesar. Enemy kamikaze R takes out the New York, and there's one of his torpedoes. So now it looks like Slack might be going kamikaze hunting. Svetlana taking rounds. Slack's team is down a few points because they lost a battleship versus the enemy's cruiser. Still, oh, he's detected that. He is the kamikaze, I guarantee it. Now you just got to find him. Oh, Yubari. Going guns on the Yubari. Me personally, I would have dumped torps by now. Yubari's not looking at him, so there's the kamikaze. There's the torps. Kamikaze's backing up. I don't know that those rounds will hit. Maybe they will. One in the bow. Now the kamikaze is hitting the throttle. Time to start just dumping denial torps. You've got to, oh, very good. Took out the kamikaze's engines. Yubari is not looking healthy. Slack, though, is concentrating on the kamikaze, which is the far more lethal of the two. Yubari took a torpedo from a friendly, and now Slack yet again robbed. Alright, I'm going to take over because there's just way too much stutter. Torpedoes going out. Let's get in. Go. Where'd I lose him? Oh. There he is. Sorry about the camera work. Kamikaze has popped smoke, but drove out of it. It's interesting, the camera angles here and how they're not cooperating. But, okay, torpedoes coming up. He is detected very briefly, which tells me maybe that kamikaze just drove out of his smoke and he's right over here. Second set of tubes coming up. There's the kamikaze. He gets an engine incapacitation. Kamikaze can't see him, so may as well go guns on him. Rounds going in. The kamikaze is hanging on to dear life. Engines are out though, and he does not have the commander's skill. It would appear anyway. He's dumped one set of torps. Slack has moved into the kamikaze's smoke. 34 gun hits. And where's he at? Slack is pushing. There he is. Oh, one into the fantail, but not good enough to take out the engines. How about this time? No. But does he get him? Oh. Let's see what happens. Got him. Let his camera take over. Svetlana. Ooh, here you go. Caesar is not looking at him. Waiting for him to commit to that turn. I might lead those a little more than the indicator. Torps are out. Secondaries from the Caesar are firing on him. Friendlies have torps, which are going to box that Caesar in even more. Looks like Slack may get a hit here. Oh, let's get the camera. Oh, gets one. How about a second for the kill? Oh, he kills Beach. Some pens, some non-pens. Caesar goes down to the Kaiser. Yeah, that's kind of funny because those words both mean the same thing in different languages. Variants on the same word. Enemy is up on points. Ships appear 246, 246 to be even. A slight advantage for Slack's team in that they have a destroyer in Mr. Slack. Wyoming, yeah, Wyoming takes a hit on the enemy team from torpedoes. Slack is now lining up torpedoes on the Wyoming. Slack may be the spotter. Oh, enemy or friendly Iron Duke is pushing the cap while the friendly Phoenix is harassing the enemy Hermes CV. Slack's torpedoes going out on the Wyoming. Does he get any in? Oh, Slack has run into a friendly and gets one in the bow. Oh, he runs into the corpse of a friendly of the Wyoming with a flood, but it looks like, yes, the Wyoming has repaired. He is calling for fire on the Wyoming, hoping that perhaps the CV will go after the Wyoming. Enemy Hermes goes down. Phoenix is going after the enemy Langley now, having taken down the Hermes. 8 minutes left. Enemy is still up on points. Friendly Langley and Hosho are going for the Wyoming. Can't tell. Slack maybe? Yes, he's looking at the Svetlana. Perhaps hoping the Svetlana will either drive in or, if they are out of range, perhaps those torpedoes will just do enough to sound and drive him away. Looks like he's turned off, but I can't quite be certain on that. Friendly team is on the base, an Iron Duke. Friendly Phoenix. Oh, he did not get the Hermes. He was at the last known position. Friendly Phoenix is going for the Hermes and the Langley. It's not a good place to be in a Phoenix. 2 CVs. And it looks like it's up to Slack now to do defense on cap. Friendly Phoenix really pushing the Hermes. Taking some rocket planes coming in. Slack looking at Svetlana. Lining up torps. Firing guns. And now Svetlana is firing on him. Svetlana is in the cap. Phoenix still fighting the CVs. Took out one. Slack taking some very concerted fire from the Svetlana. Now the Wyoming's chiming in. Slack doing the dodge and weave. And Slack trying to defend while the Iron Duke does his cap. Gets a defended ribbon. And getting very lucky on the opposing force fire, although Svetlana now... Nope, Svetlana does not have the bead on him quite yet. Slack doing his best, and a fire on the Svetlana from perhaps the CV, because I'm not seeing the tally go up. Popping smoke, he gets a fire. Now he's gonna spread the love while the friendly CVs go after the interlopers on the cap. Svetlana at just below half health. I would personally be concentrating on the Svetlana. Svetlana, the fires have gone out. Slack shots dropping a little shy or a little over. Slack's about to back out of his own smoke. Looks like he's hit the throttle, so he doesn't. Gets another defended. But he's only got that smoke for so long. Smoke's starting to go. More defended ribbons while the Iron Duke has been reset severely. See, oh, it looks like the enemy has another ship on the cap. And the Phoenix is chasing the CV. Another defended ribbon for Slack. I might even switch over to AP on that, but that's me. On the Svetlana. They tend to be a little paper. Phoenix takes out the Langley, but that's put him way out. And then on the cap, it's an Iron Duke versus a Kaiser. Another defended. Well, the enemy is in, admittedly, the better position, unless the Iron Duke can take out that Kaiser. And if he can't, alright, Slack is lining up on the Wyoming. Friendly CVs are still in the game, which gives the team a slight edge at this point. Torps are going out on the Wyoming. Slack fires. Wyoming has turned off wisely. Slack firing on the October. He's trying to defend and reset. Oh, friendly CV's planes just get chewed up. Slack down to about a fifth of his health while his torpedoes go in and harass the enemy. Personally, I might have hit my engine boost at this point just to give myself a little more maneuverability. Torpedo going in on the Svetlana, but does it go under the stern? Yes, and runs out of steam. Iron Duke is finally unmolested on the friendly cap. Slack is down to 1/10 of his health, and another defended ribbon. And, oh, 600 health point left. He's popped his smoke, but will the enemy blind fire him down? Here it comes. Oh, he is very lucky. I would, again, personally, I would try AP on the Svetlana. I know you want to try. German HE is very decent, but oh, you're in the blind fire lottery at this point. Friendly CVs doing their best. Iron Duke. I'm not sure what the Phoenix is doing. Phoenix is trying to help with the defense as well. 30 seconds on smoke. They're calling out to the Iron Duke to not shoot, which I would probably say is the wise thing for Slack to do as well. Svetlana, is he blind firing? Yes, he is. I'd be using that engine boost myself, but that's me. Slack tries to get another defended. Another reset, no fire. Friendly Phoenix is charging the enemy. Now Svetlana is firing. Time to do a little dodge. Oh, and Slack goes down. "40 seconds to go. Slack's team has the points still. Now we're following Slack, I think. Oh, there we go. Friendly CV trying to get in and do... Oh, the Iron Duke went down, and so did the Phoenix. Oh. 16 seconds. The enemy has the points. And that is game. Lost in the last 30 seconds or so. Unfortunate for Mr. Slack and his team, but well fought.